Dear traders, far and wide, new and existing, this is my message for you. Something I wish I got when I started over 9 years ago. Trading, again, maybe my view has changed over the years, and as I become more mature in the industry, I realize this more and more. When I started, I got very greedy and I got very attached to the money. And that is probably one of the worst things you can do in the markets, because you're emotionally attached to the outcome of every trade because you're just focused on the money. So my message to you, which is something I wish I got when I started, I wish I heard this, I wish, everything. I wish I could go back and change it, because maybe my journey would have been quicker, better, faster. But the truth is, you have to go through it to learn. You have to go through that to become the trader you need to be. So, what is the message of this video? It's to find a system that can be repeated over and over again. Don't worry about the outcome of every trade, right? I want you to, at the end of this video, start treating your trading in tranches of 10 or 20. About, roughly around a year ago now, I had a live mentorship. I go live every day. Over the course of 2 years, I ran this mentorship and go live every morning. I think we roughly had around 70 or 80 different traders come through and work with us. And what I realized then was many people come into the markets with the wrong intentions. And we can say social media is to blame. We can say, they just want to make a quick buck. But the truth is, I was like that when I started too. So I can't blame them. I can't ridicule them. I can't make fun of them, because I was in their shoes too. However, as I mature in the industry, I realize now that trading is simply a game of repetition. It is simply putting systems in place which can ensure that over 10 or 20 trades, you've made a profit. And it's putting those systems in place that those 10 or 20 trades can be repeated over time, because if they can be repeated over time, then you can scale. I think my biggest mistake I made very early on in my career was trying to scale way too soon. That's it. Try to scale way too soon. I thought after a good few wins that this was the system. This was the strategy. Now I can scale and make more money and continue to do this. But the truth is, the markets humble you very quickly. So why am I making this video? I'm making this video for my younger self, which is something I wish I heard. And also for anyone watching this right now that's on that journey. Whether you've just found out about trading, or whether you've been in the markets for a few years, or you're a veteran, maybe you're 20 years experience, and maybe you'll resonate with me right now. But it is about putting systems in place. See, there are many traders right now that trade funded accounts, which in a live market environment on their own money, they wouldn't be able to succeed. Why? Funded accounts, whether you like it or not, or whether you agree with them, they provide you risk parameters for you to trade within, which actually for some traders is very good. Where if you put those traders in a live environment on their own money with no risk parameters, they're obviously exposed to the whole downside of their account. So again, wherever you are in your journey right now, the purpose of this very video is to encourage you to, one, put systems in place. Create a system where you can come to the market, you can execute flawlessly the next 10 trades that come up on your radar, right? While following your plan, while following your strategy, whatever strategy it is, whatever you look for technically, fundamentally, just create a system where you can follow the next 10 trades systematically, like a robot, right? To the T. Then look at your performance. Because the truth is, when you emotionally attach yourself to the money, you're looking at the outcome of these trades thinking, oh yeah, that's great, that's nice money. But you're not preparing yourself that you might lose at the very next trade. You don't know what your numbers are like long term, because you've had a couple of wins, you've gotten a little bit carried away, you think you've magically found the best strategy under the sun. Well, you haven't, right? You need to put systems in place. You need to put a system in place which can allow you to trade the next 100 trades without blowing up. Even if you trade a whole year and you break even, that for me is a win. That means that strategy and that system needs 1 or 2 small tweaks for it to have made 10% over the year. Maybe it's adding to your winners. Maybe it's smaller risk. Maybe you added to a losing trade where you shouldn't have. Maybe you just managed the positions wrong, right? But in your first year in trading, what's the first thing every trader wants to do? Everyone wants to make money, right? That's why they're in this game. That's why they're in this thrill. But if you cannot find a system that can be repeated and scaled, you're gonna lose. I was speaking to someone the other day on DMs that's been trading for 4 years. They're down 50K. They don't know what to do. They've been buying funded challenge after funded challenge on their credit cards, and they don't know what to do. And they're constantly buying funded challenges because they're hoping they're gonna get that one payout to make all the money back. And the truth is, that's a sunk cost fallacy. You've put so much money in, you've put everything on the line that you have to keep doing that so that you can make your money back. It's the wrong way to do it. Right? It's the complete wrong way to do it. Instead, even if you're trading with $100 or $500 and you're trading 0.01, trade that for 6 months. Trade it for 6 months. Your goal in those 6 months is not to make money. Your goal in those 6 months is to put systems in place that can be repeated and can be scaled. Nothing else. You shouldn't even be going to a prop firm, right? Evaluation firm, whatever they're calling it these days. You shouldn't even be buying a prop firm challenge, right? If you haven't found a system that can be repeated over and over and over and over again. Until you've done that, you're literally just gambling your money away. You're likely, look, let's face it, if you can't pass a challenge, what makes you think you're going to sustain that account in the live phase? Because statistically, you need to make 8 to 10% in phase 1, 5% in phase 2. That's 13%. And then you still need to make money on top of that before you can withdraw. It's not going to happen because you haven't found something that can be repeated and something that can be scaled. Guys, if you've enjoyed this type of video, drop in the comments, drop a thumbs up, and I'm going to be dropping more content on this type of talk and this type of speech on how you can build systems that are going to keep you profitable in the long term. Hope you've enjoyed this video. See you on the next one. Peace out.